So children, we learned what is frequency distribution table, what are grouped and ungrouped data. So now we shall continue with the concept of ungrouped data. To understand it in better way, let us consider this example. The question is, the weight of 30 students in a class is given below and it is represented in the form of a frequency distribution table, children. So the number of students here in the second column is nothing but its frequency. Wherever you get the number, I already said you what is frequency. The number of repeated score or the repeated number gives you the frequency. So number of students andre it is nothing but frequency column anta. Frequency ne kottilla, frequency distribution table alla anta you should not say. Okay, the number of students is nothing but frequency. And in the first column, if you see, the data is in the form of grouped data. It is in the form of class interval. You know now children, this grouping like 31 to 35. Next 36 to 40. Like this children. Groupally, if you are representing the data, then it is called class interval. Okay, it is called class interval or just say class. The class of a class interval if you use it is better. 31 to 35, 36 to 40, all these are called class interval. And 31 to 35 annaga children, the first number 31 is called lower limit, lower limit. So in 31 to 35, lower limit is 31, higher alla upper limit. Upper limit is 35. Similarly, in the second case, 36 to 40 nalli, lower limit is 36, upper limit is 40. So for each class interval, you can say its lower limit as well as upper limit. The number written first are the lower limits, the number written second are the upper limits. Lower limit, upper, lower, upper, lower, upper, lower limit, upper limit, like that children. Now, so these are called class interval. These are called the class intervals. Now, from this frequency distribution table, we can understand that the students whose weights are in the range 31 to 35 kg are 9 in number. Students who weigh 36 to 40 kg are 5 in number. That is how you should understand from the table. The students whose weight is in the range 41 to 45 kg are 14 in number. Students who weigh 46 to 50 kg are 3 in number. For the space constraint, I have selected only few data children. This is sufficient in order to understand the concept. Okay na? So, hope you understood the table. 31 in the 35 kg ಇರೋ students 9 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 36 in the 40 kg ಇರೋ students 5 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 41 to 45 kg ಇರೋ students 14 ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. 46 to 50 kg ಇರೋ students 3 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So with this information you can easily say tell me the number of students who weigh 40 kg andre where you will see 36 to 40 if 5 students idare andre you can easily tell me the number that there are 5 students ma'am. But children, if at all, will all the students vary perfect to 40 kg, 30 kg, 35 kg nange na? Say suppose one of the student weigh 32.5 kgs, other student may weigh 36.5 kgs, other student may weigh 40.5 kg. When that is the case, he 0.5 kg extra students. Now, where do you add in the frequency distribution table? Say suppose the student weighs 36.5 kg. Where it should come? It is in between 36 and 40. So simply you cannot add one. Because we have chosen the range 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 kg students matra will come in between 36 to 40. Say suppose, okay, don't worry. 36.5 andre in between 36 40 ne barutte, so I will add it here ma'am antira, fine. Suppose if the student weighs 35.5 kgs, what will you do now? Where is 35 kg? Here it is 35 kg. So students who are weighing 31 to 35 kg should come in this column, isn't it? But only up to 35 kgs is here in the first class interval. So here I cannot add the student who is weighing 35.5 kg since it is more than the limited class interval, which is upper limit here. 35 is the upper limit. I cannot add that student who is weighing 35.5 kg. So it is ruled out. I will go to the second class interval, which is of the range 36 to 40. So here the student weight range from 36 kg to 40 kg. So its lower limit is 36. I cannot add student who is lower than 36 kg, who is weighing 35.5 children. So e column allo agadilla. When that is the case, where do you enter information of such students is the question that arises now. 35 ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, 36 ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ. When that is the case, you have to represent the information here in the frequency distribution column, but the class interval what we have chosen is not supporting that. When that is the case, what to do is, children, as I have shown you here, the upper limit and lower limit is there, no? Just take the difference of that. Andre, what is the upper limit here? Range 31 to 35 when you consider, children. You know 31 is lower limit, 35 is the upper limit. So take the upper limit value of that class interval. Upper limit value of first class interval 31 to 35 andre upper limit is 35. Correct? Now consider, no, you do one thing. Sorry, okay, no. Suppose if you want to include the student who is weighing 35.5 kg, children, what you do is, now you go back to the frequency distribution table and check where should I include that student, so that obviously the student will come in between two class interval. In this case, the student is weighing 35.5 kg, which is more than 35 kg of first class interval and which is less than 36 kg of second class interval. So 35.5 is coming in between. When that is the case, children, always consider the upper limit of second class interval. What is the lower limit of second class interval? So lower limit is what? Lower limit of second class interval is 36. What is the upper limit of first class interval? You take. Upper limit is 35. Correct? Lower limit of second class interval minus upper limit of first class interval you should do. So I have written them here. Lower limit of second class interval is 36, whereas upper limit of first class interval is 35. Should take the difference of them. So 36 minus 35 is what? Obviously 1. So we get difference to be equal to 1, children. Whatever the difference you get, you take half of it. Half of the difference. Half of difference andre, just divide the number by 2. That is nothing but 1 by 2. Or you can also represent half in the decimal form as 0.5, isn't it? Half can be represented as 0.5 as well. So children, what we should do here is, just after getting the number 0.5, consider all the class intervals there in the table. Say suppose 31 to, I will write it little far, 31 to 35 I will consider now. What you should do is, the half of the difference value what you get should be subtracted to the lower limit and added to the upper limit. Means 0.5 should be subtracted from 31, whereas 0.5 should be added to 35, that is upper limit. So 31 minus 0.5 and 35 plus 0.5 we should do. When you do 31 minus 0.5, it gives you 30.5. When you add 0.5 to 35, it will give you 35.5. This new class interval what you got should be replaced here by the old class interval, children. So what will happen here? 31 to 35 hogi, 30.5 to 31.5 we got. Next consider second class interval, that is 36 to 40. So ಈ 36 to 40 ನಲ್ಲಿ children 36 is lower limit, 40 is upper limit. So subtract 0.5, the same difference only you should subtract for each case. Subtract this difference from lower limit, add the difference to the upper limit. 36 minus 0.5 is 35.5, 40 plus 0.5 is 40.5. So again this class interval also will change from 36 to 35.5 to, this is not 31, that is what I was wondering, how 31.5, 35.5 to 40.5, sorry, 40.5, like this, the class interval will change. Now directly I will do, so 41 andre minus 0.5 will become 40.5, 45 andre it will become 45.5, 46 minus 0.5 means I will get 45.5, 50 andre plus 0.5 is 50.5. Like this the whole table class interval will change. So now look, I can, where I should put the student who is weighing 35.5 means now I have 35.5. Now if you observe children, this 35.5 upper limit of first class interval will be the upper limit of first class interval will be lower limit for second class interval. Look, here lower limit is 40.5 for second class interval, whereas it is upper limit for third class interval. Similarly, upper limit of third class interval is 45.5, which is lower limit for fourth class interval. So this is the hint you should remember while writing. You need not show all these steps children in the test or exam when you are doing or changing the frequency distribution table. Instead you can do it directly. Whatever the class interval is given, just subtract 0.5 from the lower limit plus add plus 0.5 to the upper limit and get the new class interval. And one more thing, after doing this, now why did we do all this? Because we had a student who is weighing 35.5 kg which was not present in the class interval. So we made that weight to be present here in the class interval, that is 35.5 kg. But now what happened? 35.5 is present in both first class interval as well as in the second class interval. Where will you include that student weighing 35.5 kg? First al add martira, second al add martira is the question. So children, in the range or in the class interval 30.5 to 35.5, we will be adding the students, those who weigh equal to 30.5 from in between 30.5 and 35.5. In the second class interval, we add this number of students who are weighing 35.5 kg to 40.5 kg. In the third class interval, we add the students those are weighing 40.5 kg to 45.5 kg. So always when you are adding children, make sure that you add that student in the next class interval, not in this class interval. Andre, now where should I add the girl who is wearing or the child who is wearing 35.5 kg? Andre, here I should add plus 1 to 5. Why? The child who is weighing 35.5 kg will be in this range of class interval. So don't get confused. Yeah, idu repeat irutte, upper limit to lower limit to same irutte children. Make sure that you include such students in the next class interval add ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Similarly, if the student is weighing 45.5 kg, in which frequency column will you add the student? Means, see, here also you have 40 to 45.5 range. In the next class interval also you have 45.5 to 55.5 kg. But make sure the student is not added here, but in this class interval you add the student. Andre 45.5 kg iro student illi barbeku. Next class interval ge add them in the frequency column. This is how you should do it children. So in your textbook What is given under the heading presentation of data andre what we discussed in previous video, no, that is when the given data is less, we arrange them in ascending or descending order and find out. But when it is more, we go with the help of frequency distribution table. Adರಲ್ಲಿ group data ಏನು and group data ಏನು ಅಂತ we understood, and also understood what is class interval and how to represent that in the frequency distribution column. If at all the given data is in between the upper limit and lower limit of the corresponding class intervals, then what we do, we just take the lower limit of that second class interval, upper limit of first class interval, take the difference, half of the difference you take. Children, why the reason I said you need not show all this workout for each and every problem. Most of the time in the thing what you do know, the difference will always be equal to 1, and again half of it will be half or 0.5 only. You will not get any other cases. So I said directly you can change the class interval to 0.5. Just subtract 0.5 from lower limit, add 0.5 to the upper limit. That is how you will be doing. That is what they have explained here. Example 3 in page 108 of your textbook, you have 100 plants. Each were planted in 100 schools during Vana Mahotsava. After 1 month, the number of plants that survived were recorded as follows. They are given very huge data here, which it is difficult for me to write on board, children. So you please go through it and understand how. And after this, tally is there. So tally, you know. Here frequency means number we are writing, children. But here when you look at the data, say suppose 30 to 31.5, tally, you know, you write in form of bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4, cancel it. 5 anta. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like this. You know, you have studied in data handling chapter, no, children. So like putting tallies also they have explained here. Please go through. After looking at the tallies, they have done the frequency by counting the tallies. Say suppose 9 is there andra. How to write in tallies andra? I will just show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 andra? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 3 under 1, 2, 3. So first will be tally, children, followed by the frequency column. The reason is, in this example only if you take 95 means where it will come 95, here 1. Next 67 it comes here. Like this used to do. Please remember it. Like that we will put the tallies, count the tallies and write the last column which gives the frequency column. This is about the frequency distribution table. Just go through your textbook once. In the next session we shall be solving the next exercise 14.2. Till then please go through the textbook. From this thing, no need to write anything in the classwork. This is only for your explanation, children. We will be starting directly with exercise 14.2 in the next session. Thank you.